Subconsciously, you know you're in love, but your delusions and reality stop you from realizing it.
Ooh, Yaoi
My name is
review.
Corbin, and today I'm here to talk to you about 10 Count, Volume 5 by Rihito Takarai. We shall read the back and delve into the nitty-gritty. Seeing Kuros for the first time in 2 months, Shiratani takes a big step forward in their relationship, and his treatment, by kissing Kuros' hand when asked. Then, after Kuros fails to invite him home, Shiratani chases after him. Could this new, more impulsive side of Shiratani signal a new phase in their tumultuous relationship? This is rated M for mature. It's published by Sublime. Now, let's go ahead and delve into it and get into the art style. I have to say, well, let's first do the overly analytical thing on the front. We see Shiratani with two different colored, Shiratani with two different colored eyes. He has blue and he has a pink eye, which is very odd. So it makes me wonder if that's a symbolism of the duality within him, the side that he's repressing, that he's not admitting to, and then the reality of who he is. But then again, it could just be a pretty picture because the pink and the blue look pretty together. So it could be either one, but that is a question that I have. And then it shows this beautiful colored print inside, which shows a rainy day with Shiratani and Kuros standing there in the rain. You see Kuros looking at you. So, yeah. Now, it opens up with something I haven't noticed in the other volumes, which means I might have skipped it. But it gives you a summary, and then it gives you, like, who's who and their connections and all of that. So, I think that's nice. Art style, pretty. It's stayed the same. You can tell the difference between Shiratani and Kuros, and they both have completely different demeanors and actions throughout this volume. They're all very interesting. Now, we do get a lot more as far as plot goes. It does do what it says. I'll say that in the back. It does do what it says. Shiratani does chase down Kuros, and he does pursue him actively. And they have sex again, which is kind of contradictory to how Shiratani is, and we learn a few things about Kuros that is very interesting. And I'm going to leave it there for just a second while I continue the plot point. We also see that his OCD and germophobia is kind of leaving him. So it gets relatively interesting. Now, Shiratani is starting to drink from Kuros' cups. He's starting to take baths at other people's homes. And he is also using other people's laundry. And it's just very odd. And he's having less problems using taxis and public transport the way he used to. Now, let's talk about what I've been trying to talk about this entire time, but keep stopping myself. We learn about why Kuros is the way Kuros is. He was raised in I would say, an upper class middle class family home, or a lower class, upper class family home. He was a well-off kid, but his parents were very negligent. His father only had time for work, and his mother was his trophy wife who only gave her husband a son because she figured she'd get more clothes out of it. So he has a very kind of sad existence as a child growing up. He meets his very first person with OCD and compulsion and all of this when he's a kid after he smashes the guy's window in. And he becomes silently infatuated with him. And he ends up falling in love with him, and at like the age of 12 makes a huge move on a 30-year-old man who's a germaphobe and starts trying to do adult-themed things with him, if that makes sense. The guy with OCD freaks out and ends up committing suicide. And it's very kind of heart-wrenching for Kuros, which is why he was so attractive to Shiratani. And we find out that he doesn't have the ability to tell Shiratani the truth about why he finds Shiratani so attractive. Kuros actually has a lot of issues himself. It's very interesting to see the dynamic and how they are connected in a lot of ways with the same sort of situations that have kind of happened. So yeah, I really liked this volume. This one actually I think has to be my favorite out of them all, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you guys have read this before, let me know what you thought, and share this with a friend who likes Yaoi. Give me a like, a favorite, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Do you like what you see? Then subscribe!